why are you here?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll try to break it down in short. I found God.
Where are my friends? Do my friends know I'm here? Where am I? Where am I?
You're in the hospital here. Come on.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. McKinney.
And why do you think you were afraid of them before?
Because I didn't know them.
Where are you taking me? Where am
You're
I?
right around here to the desk. You're in the hospital.
Who are you?
Hello, I'm a nurse. What's your name?
Your hands are cold.
What's your name? I'm a nurse.
I don't want to be here. Where are my
Alright.
friends?
It's all right. It's all right.
I-
I'll get you back going. It's all right. I'm a nurse.
No, I don't feel that I know them, but I'm not afraid of being rejected by them. Because I don't feel any rejection towards them. I used to be constantly thinking about being afraid of them, but now I don't have to be afraid anymore because they're all beautiful, and whether they reject me or not, they're still beautiful.
Does it ever seem to you that this may be a little unreal?
Oh yes.
And why do you think you were afraid of them before?
Because I didn't know them. Oh, but the dangerous people are beautiful too. They're dangerous, sure, but they're still beautiful.
The patient is lying on the table with his head shaved back as far as the vertex. The first mark is made 3 centimeters behind the lateral rim of the orbit. And then a cross mark is made 6 centimeters above the zygoma. Another mark is made in the midline, 13 centimeters from the glabella. These points are joined by a line leading over the vertex, following as accurately as possible the coronal suture. The midline is similarly indicated. Operations can be performed under local anesthesia if the patient is sufficiently cooperative.
The girlfriend that I first started working with, this is funny, she was in on House Street. And she had someone wrap a telephone cord around her neck, and me and a girlfriend were waiting downstairs in the lobby, and it had been a long time. So we went up to her room, and no one would answer the door when we knocked, but we could hear someone crying. And so my girlfriend, she's a big girl. Anyway, she ended up busting down the door, and he had this cord wrapped around her neck, and he was threatening on killing her if she made any noises.
As a result of the alienation that a child, particularly a middle-class American, of not really relating to his family. Father's somebody that goes to work, and he gets shoved into school, and is constantly subject to one authority or another.
We're now still on the side of the hospital, but we're closer to the front. Just to give you a little idea of what we see so far. In that direction is the emergency entrance. Right.
Broadcast.
So many people try to on Christmas Day around the country that circuits are jammed and there are often long delays. Each year, companies plan to handle the load. This Christmas is the first that the describe the nature of the problem.
Well, Christmas is our busiest day, the very busiest day of the year, and it is throughout the whole country. We have at least a 30 to 40% increase in the amount of traffic that we will have on that day.
Do you increase your staffing to handle this?
Everyone works, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, the whole force.
What do to try to make it possible to handle this large increase?
Well, working with for about the last 2 months in preparation for Christmas, we will turn up about a 40% increase circuits between here and the United States.
How are you able to accomplish that?
It's a matter of a great deal of coordination. We work with C, we work with, and we determine what will best suit our needs, and then what will best suit to give us.
Are these general circuits, or do they go to specialized parts of the country?
What we do this time of year is try to reach different time zones. So we are turning up circuits to Chicago and circuits to New York.
Mr. said the best way to guarantee getting through was to call early in the day, before 6 if possible. She said the busiest period was from 4 in the afternoon to 10 in the morning.
And I was getting kind of wayward and everything. I mean, I wasn't coming home on time. So she phoned the police, and I was brought to, and then I was brought here. Because of my talking about God and everything, they might have thought that I was a little crazy.
Do you think you are?
No. But I understand how they felt, because I wasn't making myself clear on it. It's very hard to, I was trying to express something that was hard to express, and I wasn't really capable of expressing it. I mean, I can have the relationship between myself and God, but it's a mistake to try to make other people feel the way I did, and that's what I was trying to do.
What's God like?
Well,
a long year. My husband's a captain in the Air Force, and we were reassigned here. Luckily, he was to go to Vietnam, and at the last minute they changed the assignment, and we ended up here.
So perhaps you're one of the few who really doesn't mind too much being assigned to a view of the circumstances.
Well, that's true. We don't really mind it. It's quite an experience. It's much different than anything we've known. Well, on a scale of 10, I'd have to put it at least at 8, because all in all, we had a very good year. I think I said before it was a lonely year. It's a little far away from the family when you have a little one, and the grandparents miss the children. But it was a good year. A lot of nice things happened, and we found a lot of new friends here.
Inside, it's a death wish. And I tried talking sense to him. I said, "You don't see God till you die." But he couldn't see that at all. He believed that he was seeing him right now. Hasn't adjusted well to school. He's an extremely introverted boy, or has been up until lately. Shy. He wouldn't try the least sign of failure to him meant an automatic stop right now.
As I say, I have a little child, and with them growing, you never know what's going to happen.
We're not going to hang around here for too long. We're just going to get a general idea of what this hospital looks like. Big parking lot. One of the workers. We'll move in for a closer look toward the front of the building. Tape is rolling. We're now still on the side of the hospital, but we're closer to the front. Just to give you a little idea of what we see so far. In that direction is the emergency entrance. Right over there. I believe that's the emergency entrance. In this direction, we have the main entrance. The main entrance, and plus the clinic, I believe, if I remember right. Now we're in the back of the hospital. We're in the back. And this must be the emergency room, like I said before. Or leads to the emergency room. Anyhow. On a mistake. That's not.
What are you feeling, Sam? Sorry? What are you feeling, Sam?
I've been on after my medication.
Well, first of all, God is everything, so He is like everything. He is everything. There's nothing that He isn't like.
Is He like a man?
I don't know. Everything, He lives in everything. Everything on this earth.
We're not over-sedating. Our approach is to control the symptoms, to reduce their distress, and to maintain a level of functioning that is acceptable to them. The whole aspect of given medication should be targeted at the symptoms, not given to make my job easier so I can sit and have a nice, easy day.
There are those who feel that everybody could, if pressured enough, become and have a psychotic episode like this. And there are others who feel that only those who have a tendency to easy disorganization of the brain by their metabolism, that only they can get the psychotic trips.
I'm Mr.
The administrator of the hospital, and it's my function to see that all the activities go on. I'm responsible for every phase of hospital operations.
Chris, tell me again, what led up to your coming here?
Well, that was mostly lack of preparation, I guess, or something like this. I wasn't looking ahead very well. I wasn't tough enough, you know. I just didn't do it.
Didn't do what?
What I was supposed to do, you know, with the girls and everything like that, you know. I just, I was rude and I hurt myself.
In fact, didn't they tell me that you kind of blew your cool last night and got into a hassle with John?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Just tell me, you know, what led up to it? How did you feel?
Well, I guess the main thing was that I didn't, I don't know why I got in a fight with him, to say the truth. I don't know what led up to it.
Who's president of the United States?
President Richard Milhouse Nixon.
And before Mr. Nixon?
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
And before Mr. Johnson?
John F. Kennedy.
Before Mr. Kennedy?
Eisenhower.
And before Mr. Eisenhower?
Hoover.
Okay, any questions you want to ask me?
No, not at the moment, Doctor.
Okay, let me take that back to anything you want to ask right now?
No, but I think I'll be asking you pretty soon.
I'll be seeing you again on Monday. Okay, I'll take him back to the closed unit and see you on Monday. Thanks, Chris.
Okay. Doctor, is there any chance of me getting out and play basketball?
It's hard to tell whether his distance, whether his slowness, whether his blocking is due to the illness, because it can be seen then, or due to the medications he's taking. These medicines are antipsychotic agents, but they do have a considerable tranquilizing property. I would guess this was mostly illness, because last night he picked a fight with one of the attendants. The 3 days or 4 days that he's been here, he's had these outbursts at least 5 or 6 times, and usually fairly unprovoked. I think this boy's only chance of staying well is to be on medications indefinitely.
Why?
Well, because for one, it teaches me a lot about myself that I didn't know, and it kind of informs me about my environment and what goes on.
And we'll be making our way back to the car at any time. Right about now. And there's the emergency entrance to the hospital. Big Dipsy dumpster. Good sized building, huh? And the emergency. Back where we started from.
Unfortunate naming of a treatment, because the actual treatment is merely a self-stimulated or an outwardly stimulated convulsion. So the real correct name for this treatment is electroconvulsive treatment. I would say honestly, to this day, we have no exact knowledge as to how it works. The treatment itself only lasts about half a minute on the average, and the patient is totally unaware of it from beginning to end. They used to fear it a lot because the sleep medicine was not given. Patients were treated eyes open, as it were, and very often they felt the initial impact of the treatment when they first contract, or just as they go into the contraction. There is some consciousness, and you can feel yourself passing out. This way, of course, you merely go to sleep. I'll say good night. Good night. For 10 minutes. The aids in helping me prepared the patient on the bed in a position of greatest comfort. The patient is arched back on pillows, and at the same time, at the very beginning of the treatment, before this sudden arching forward, The aides will put their hands on the shoulders and hold the patient down. This method, plus the giving of a muscle relaxant, which I gave when I changed syringes. Both these methods have greatly reduced the incidence of too rapid and intense a jackknifing.
If you treat a patient with consideration and kindness, generally they respond that way. When you try being repressive on a patient, put them in rooms that are restrictive, put restraints on him, he will then react in a like manner to break out of those restraints. You want to make this experience not to be a snake pit type of thing. Nothing that carries fear with it. There's no need for this kind of thing.
The patient holds his breath throughout the convulsion and therefore piles up a little lack of oxygen and therefore turns a little blue.
It goes from blue to pink very rapidly. As you can see, it isn't a deep degree of anorexia.
It's a relatively simple, painless method of changing a very depressed patient into an active, lively person. And within a short period, like 2 to 3 weeks.
That's a good feel too, huh? That's, matter of fact, that's the wave of the future. Yeah. Computer programming. That is nice. And who's your shy friend over there?
Why are you here?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll try to break it down in short. I found God